Thanks for tuning in to watch The Ordinary Filmmaker. It's Monday. It's November the 29th, 2021. Black Friday was just a few days ago, and I didn't buy a thing. Well, okay, I did. I bought a video game, Far Cry 6, but that's really got nothing to do with The Ordinary Filmmaker or even photography. I was looking for a couple of things. I was looking for a tripod, and I was looking for a lens, and maybe some storage, and I found nothing. But today, on Monday, as they're calling it Cyber Monday, there are a ton of deals at B&H for video tripods from Manfrotto, and let me take you through those. But before I do, just before I do, for the last year and a half, it's last year, I bought it this time almost exactly to the day a year ago, the Manfrotto 504X video tripod, and it's absolutely incredible. It's great at panning, it's great at tilting, you can lock it in place. If you're doing wildlife or you're doing anything out in the field, especially because of the weight of this thing and that it can support heavy cameras and lenses. I use this for capturing the moons of Jupiter, the moon, Jupiter, Saturn, and I just find it incredible. I go outside, it's tall enough that I can actually look through the LCD, looking up, so it's easy to target celestial bodies. And even with a slight breeze, it's not going to move it. It is a really sturdy tripod. And I'm also using it down here for the channel. But the reason why I'm looking for another tripod isn't that it isn't very good. It's that it's overkill here for the studio. So I've been looking for another tripod. So by using my link, it's going to bring you automatically to the deal zone here where we have all the Manfrotto tripods lined up. We can see we have entry-level ones at $259 now. Keep in mind, that's not the price you're going to pay. It's actually $100 off, and you won't see that discount until you go into the cart. And let me show you that here. If I click on this one here and add it to my cart, you'll see it's $259.88. View cart. And now you can see the price is down to $193. Now you see duties and taxes. That's because I'm here in Canada, and I'm using this fast and easy prepay. If you're outside of the United States, I highly recommend doing this. You do this option, you're not going to have to pay any extra for duties and taxes. It's going to be delivered, and you won't have to pay a cent more. I highly recommend that because if you choose the other option, I've done it before, you can get quite the sticker shock. You can even end up paying more because you might pick a shipping that isn't as efficient and they just charge you more money. Anyhow, let's get back to taking a look at what else is on sale. The Manfrotto 502AH video head and tripod is a pretty good unit. I bought this one just a couple of minutes ago, and the reason I bought this one is it's perfect for my studio. It's lightweight, it's not as industrial as the 504X with aluminum tripod, and it doesn't have that ball head, but for my studio work where it's going to be staying down here the entire time, I'm not going to be moving it around. I will be taking the Canon R5 on and off it, but it's going to be stuck in that position. So once I've got it set up, that's it. It's perfect for me. And this one here is $190 off. That's almost half price. And of course, the one that I bought last year, the Manfrotto 504X, fluid video head and aluminum tripod. Let's add this to the cart and go take a look at it. And this is it here. It comes with a carry bag, which I've yet to use. Basically, when I'm going out in the field, I'm doing wildlife, I just strap it over my shoulder and I walk. And again, it isn't the lightest thing. It's something like around 20 pounds or so, but it can support a really, really heavy load, I believe around 25 pounds. And this is a close-up view of the head itself. And I really like this head. This is a really, really solid unit. I've got no complaints. I've used this for shooting video in my house. I've used it for shooting wildlife. I've used it for shooting the moon, and I've gotten I've gotten really sturdy and steady results even when the wind starts to pick up. So I highly recommend this. This is the best deal you're going to see all year round. I'm not sure how long this sale is on for. Oh, yes, actually it's just for another 15 hours. So by the time you watch this, probably something like 14 hours left. And yes, I know it's a lot of money. You're probably looking for maybe around $100, $200, or even $300. But let me tell you, you buy this tripod, you're not going to have to buy another one for 10 years. And this is what makes a difference. Have you ever been out shooting and you're getting ready to set up, you're adjusting the tripod, it doesn't frame right, it's taking you extra time, you've lost the moment? That's where these well-built tripods come in. You're not going to have to worry about them falling apart. They're very easy to adjust. Don't use a photo tripod for video. You want to be able to pan and tilt quite easily, which is what this allows you to do in all directions. And as far as balancing goes, Well, you do it with the ball head itself. You could put the tripod on completely uneven terrain and just use the ball head to very easily balance it. And I think it works really, really well. And it also has a little light, so if you're doing it at night, well, it's pretty easy to do. Now, one little issue with this, though, is if you've got the camera already mounted, it's hard to see if it's balanced. So you want to balance it before you put the camera on. Or sorry, not balance it. You want to level things out. We have a lot of tripods on sale today. We have the Manfrotto 612 Nitrotech Fluid Video Head and Aluminum Twin Leg Tripod. And we also have some more affordable ones, such as the Manfrotto Element Mini 2 Aluminum. This is something I was thinking of getting myself. So if you really are on a shoestring budget here, this drops it below $100. But again, as far as the it's not going to be a really sturdy tripod. The video head, it's not going to support a lot of weight. They say load capacity 17 pounds. I probably wouldn't want to take that much past 5 or 6 pounds. Just because they state 17 pounds, some of these they will feel a little flimsy because those the legs, you put it on there, it's just, for a Canon R5 or something like that, if that's what you've got, no, I wouldn't use this. If you're using something like a Canon M6, a Sony a6500, then yes, you probably won't have a problem. Also, we have the Manfrotto MT 190 XT aluminum tripod, $219 off $100, almost half price. And I would get this one over, where is it here? The Element 2. This is just going to be a lot more sturdy. It's built tougher. And of course, we have and you can see the list goes on. We even have monopods here, $316 on sale for $216. And the list goes on. I'm not going to go into all of the tripods here, although I did cover off a lot of them. The reason I brought you this in a separate video, I'm not getting sponsored by Manfrotto, even though you see the Manfrotto case there. The only reason that is there is, well, aesthetically, it looks good. Manfrotto doesn't know I exist. I reached out to them about doing some reviews of their stuff. I got the standard, thank you for contacting us, blah, 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 blah. So no money comes from them whatsoever. I do get 2%. If you use the link down below from B&H, or the one I floated across the screen, I get 2% back, which helps support this channel. But the reason I put out this video is, this is the only time of year I see sales like this on Manfrotto tripods. And I got to tell you, I've been using cheap tripods for the last 10, 15 years. And they get the work done most of the times, but I find they're very finicky. I have to fiddle with them. They're not easy to use. It's not easy to set up and frame right. You'll get it framed properly, you'll tighten it, and by just that action alone, it shifts. The 504X video tripod, the fluid head, the ball joint, everything allows me to quickly set up within like no time at all. The slowness is on my part, not on the rig at all. You got it tilted in place, no problem. You go ahead and tighten it. You got a heavy rig with a front towards the front. You can adjust how it balances. So like I've been able to balance it no problem with the Canon R5, with the RF 2x extender and the 800mm, no problem whatsoever. And it makes, when you're trying to track planets and stars, and you don't have anything to do it for you automatically, having the ability to finesse it ever so slightly makes a huge difference. So really consider, I've always said, you want to get a good lens, you want to have a body that matches that quite well. Then after that, it's a good audio. But after that, I really recommend a really, really good tripod. And take a look at these sales. I know the 504X might be a little bit out of your budget, and it might even be a bit heavier, but then maybe consider some of the other ones, because there's some really great sales on today. And I really think that this could really help make a difference in your work, especially if you're an ordinary filmmaker like me. And if you did go ahead and buy the 504X, it's going to last you 10, 20 years. All those other tripods I bought, you know, I spent $100, $120, $70, they're all destroyed. And so I've probably spent at least $300 or $400 on cheap tripods, and I learned my lesson after a few years, especially when I started doing this channel. Stop the FOMO came to me and he said, what tripod would you recommend? And that's when I really thought about it. And I recommended the 504. I bought one myself. He bought one. And you can ask him too what he thinks. But one last thing though, please do me a favor. If you like this content, if this helps you out, please go ahead and like and subscribe. I take it as a virtual pat on the back, but it also helps this channel grow. But that's it for now. I want to get on with the rest of my day. I'm on vacation right now. My wife is off today, so we're going to go out. It's sunny. It's cold. It's -7. But it's sunny. So again, please use the links down below for these tripods, as I do get 2% back. But thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.